Dunedin is hosting a conference on the biology of marine mammals this week. The conference has attracted more than 1,100 delegates from more than 30 countries to share their knowledge on everything from polar bears to sea lions. One of those delegates is Dr Barbara Maas, who has an interest in Hector's and Maui dolphins, and she joins us tonight. Good evening.
Good evening.
Tell us, how is the conference going?
It's a fantastic event. I mean, you meet old friends, make new ones, and it's such a tight program, you know, with presentations lasting only 15 minutes and going on all day. There are so many diverse topics to go through and so many new things to learn, from cetacean marine mammal biology to their behavior, to how you count them, to how to protect them. So basically the whole spectrum is covered. It's fascinating. And may I say, the venue is fantastic.
Yes, you may say that. Now tell us a little bit about yourself. I understand that you've worked in New Zealand.
Yes, I emigrated to New Zealand because I thought I'd moved to a country that is really nice and green and quiet and environmentally aware. So in 2000 I moved to New Zealand and I started working for the Department of Conservation in marine bycatch protection. So that's when I first heard about Maui's dolphins, so over 13 years ago now. And I thought, what is going on here? I had never heard about them before, you know, and I'm a biologist, a wildlife biologist. I'd never ever heard about them, and I thought, what is going on with these little guys? And to make a long story short, I've been dragging them around with me ever since, trying to get them better protection. And this time I'm doing it, you know, for the last 4 years. Been very active for NABU International. Who is, you know, has a great interest, like many people overseas and in New Zealand, to try and save these animals from going extinct.
And tell us a little bit about NABU International, what they do and what you do for them.
Yeah, NABU International is a sister organization of Germany's oldest and largest conservation group. NABU itself is over 110 years old. And NABU International is the branch in which all the international projects are bundled. So we do work in Kyrgyzstan and other parts of Central Asia, in India, in Bhutan, in Africa, and in New Zealand now. Yeah.
Now, NABU International plans to take legal action in New Zealand, don't they?
Yes, we're looking at that, but we're looking at doing that as a coalition with NGOs in New Zealand. So we wouldn't be going forward with that on our own, because there are lots of people who have been looking at that, and we're now coming together independently. Several people had the same idea, and so it would make sense that we talk to each other and see how we progress that together.
What would that legal action be about?
It's about the recent decision that's been made by the Minister of Conservation about extending the protected area for gill nets for Maui's dolphins. Maui's dolphins, there's less than 50 individuals left now, and they're dying at a rate of about 5 a year due to trawling and gill netting. And you can do the maths. We've done it, and I gave a presentation about this earlier today. The D-Day for Maui's, if we don't do anything drastic and leave it at the decision that's been made now, will be extinct by 2030. And that would be a very sad day today. So we feel there are issues in terms of the process and the substance of the decision that warrants a judicial review in the High Court. Because unless we turn this decision around one way or another, and we've tried every other way, I mean, you may be aware that, you know, we've, over the last 16 months leading up to this decision, we generated over 66,000 submissions on this, all of which said that Maui's dolphins should be protected fully, like international organizations such as the International Whaling Commission or the Society for Marine Mammalogy, which is meeting here at the moment, and the IUCN have all urged the New Zealand government to take the nets out of the water where the dolphins, across the dolphins' habitat. And that's not happened. So still over 75% of the dolphins' habitat is completely unprotected against gill nets. And for trawling, it's even less that's protected. So you don't need to be a marine mammal scientist to figure out where that will end inevitably. So it's a bit like jumping halfway, or not even halfway, or jumping off a cliff to another side. But you know, if you can't make it to the other side, there's no point jumping. So we feel with the international community that needs to change, because we'd like to see them survive.
Dr Barbara Maas, thanks very much for your time.